Introduction. A vision of unity. Alexander the Great's conquests, which stretched from Greece to the Indus River, represent one of the most remarkable military campaigns in history. Over a span of just over a decade, Alexander transformed the ancient world, creating an empire that connected diverse cultures and laid the groundwork for the Hellenistic age. His campaigns were not merely about territorial expansion. They reflected his vision of a unified world where Greek culture could flourish alongside local traditions. This exploration of From Greece to the Indus, Alexander's conquests will detail the key phases of his military campaigns, the strategies he employed, and the profound impact his conquests had on the regions he encountered. The prelude to conquest. From Macedonia to Asia. 1. The rise of Macedonia. Philip II's foundations. Alexander's father, Philip II of Macedon, unified the Macedonian tribes and established a strong military and political foundation. His conquests in Greece created a powerful state poised for further expansion. Alexander's ascension. After Philip's assassination in 336 BCE, Alexander ascended to the throne at the age of 20. He quickly consolidated his power, subduing rebellions and asserting control over Greece before turning his attention eastward. 2. The campaign against Persia. Declaring war, in 334 BCE, Alexander launched his campaign against the Persian Empire, declaring war as a means of avenging the Persian invasions of Greece. His ambition to conquer Persia was fueled by a desire to fulfill his father's vision of expansion. The campaign's key battles and strategies. 1. Battle of Granicus, 334 BCE. First major encounter. The Battle of Granicus marked Alexander's first major engagement against the Persian forces. Facing a well-prepared enemy, Alexander demonstrated his tactical brilliance by leading a cavalry charge that broke the Persian lines. Victory and momentum. This victory opened the way for the Macedonian army into Asia Minor, securing important Greek cities and establishing a foothold for further conquests. 2. Battle of Issus, 333 BCE. Encountering Darius III. At Issus, Alexander faced the Persian king Darius III in a decisive battle. Despite being outnumbered, Alexander's innovative tactics and superior cavalry maneuvers led to a crushing victory. Psychological warfare. The defeat of Darius not only secured Alexander's control over southern Anatolia, but also demonstrated his reputation as an unstoppable force, instilling fear in his enemies. 3. Siege of Tyre, 332 BCE. A strategic stronghold. The Siege of Tyre was one of Alexander's most challenging military endeavors. The island city was fortified and boasted a powerful navy, making it a key target for controlling maritime routes. Innovative siege tactics. Alexander's determination led to the construction of a causeway to breach the city's defenses. After months of siege, he successfully captured Tyre, further solidifying his control over the eastern Mediterranean. 4. Battle of Gaugamela, 331 BCE. The decisive encounter. The Battle of Gaugamela was the culmination of Alexander's campaigns against Persia. Darius assembled a massive army, but Alexander's tactical genius and use of terrain led to another stunning victory. The fall of the Persian Empire. The defeat of Darius at Gaugamela effectively marked the collapse of the Persian Empire, paving the way for Alexander's control over Persia and beyond. Expansion into Asia, the journey to the Indus. 1. Invasion of India, 326 BCE. Crossing into India. After his victory in Persia, Alexander continued his campaign eastward, crossing the Hindu Kush Mountains and entering the Indian subcontinent. Battle of the Hydaspes, 326 BCE. Facing King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes, Alexander encountered one of his toughest challenges. The use of war elephants by Porus tested Alexander's military strategies. However, through careful planning and the element of surprise, Alexander emerged victorious. 2. The challenges of Indian warfare. Adapting tactics. The battle against Porus required Alexander to adapt his tactics to the unfamiliar terrain and enemy forces. His ability to quickly assess and respond to new challenges demonstrated his military acumen. Aftermath of conquest. Following his victory, Alexander appointed Porus as a satrap, recognizing the importance of local governance in maintaining stability in newly conquered territories. The impact of Alexander's conquests. 1. Cultural exchange and Hellenization. Spread of Hellenistic culture. Alexander's conquests facilitated the spread of Greek culture, language, and ideas throughout the regions he conquered. The establishment of cities, particularly Alexandria, became centers of learning and cultural exchange. Blending of traditions. The interaction between Greek and local cultures resulted in a rich synthesis of artistic, philosophical, and scientific ideas, marking the beginning of the Hellenistic Age. 2. Political reorganization. Formation of Hellenistic kingdoms. Following Alexander's death in 323 BCE, his empire fragmented into several Hellenistic kingdoms ruled by his former generals. This fragmentation led to new political entities that combined Greek and local governance practices. Legacy of governance. The political structures established during this period influenced subsequent empires, including the Roman Empire, which adopted elements of Hellenistic governance and military organization. 3. Economic impact. Trade networks. The expansion of trade routes during Alexander's conquests facilitated economic growth and cultural interactions. The interconnectedness of economies contributed to the prosperity of Hellenistic cities and regions. Cultural exchange through trade. The movement of goods and ideas along these trade routes enriched the cultural fabric of the Hellenistic world, leading to new forms of artistic expression and scientific inquiry. Charisma and influence. Alexander was known for his charismatic leadership style, which inspired loyalty and courage among his troops. His ability to connect with his soldiers on a personal level helped him maintain high morale, even in the face of adversity. Shared glory. Unlike many rulers of his time, Alexander often fought alongside his men in battle, sharing their hardships and victories. This approach fostered a sense of camaraderie and collective ambition, driving his army to achieve extraordinary feats. 2. Ambition and legacy. Unyielding ambition. Alexander's relentless pursuit of glory and conquest was fueled by a desire to surpass the achievements of his father, Philip II, and to carve his name into history. His ambition knew no bounds, as he sought to reach the ends of the earth in his quest for conquest. Cultural icon. Alexander's conquests not only expanded his empire but also transformed him into a cultural icon. His image was idealized in art and literature, and his legacy inspired countless leaders and military strategists throughout history. Alexander's conquests and their cultural impact. 1. The Hellenistic cultural sphere. Blending of cultures. The Hellenistic world that emerged after Alexander's conquests was marked by a blending of Greek and local cultures. This cultural synthesis enriched the art, literature, philosophy, and sciences of the time. Cultural institutions. Cities established by Alexander and his successors became centers of learning and culture. Institutions like the Library of Alexandria facilitated the exchange of ideas and knowledge, leaving a lasting impact on future generations. 2. The spread of Greek language and ideas. Lingua franca of the East. Greek became the lingua franca of trade and diplomacy throughout the Hellenistic world, promoting communication and cultural exchange among diverse populations. Influence on local traditions. The integration of Greek ideas and practices influenced local customs, leading to the development of new artistic styles and philosophical schools that reflected both Greek and Eastern thought. Military innovations. A model for future generations. 1. Strategic insights for future leaders. Military manuals and studies. The tactics employed by Alexander became subjects of study for later military leaders, influencing the development of military doctrine in various cultures. His campaigns were analyzed in military manuals, providing valuable insights into strategy and tactics. Application in later campaigns. Historical figures such as Hannibal, Julius Caesar, and even Napoleon studied Alexander's strategies, applying lessons from his campaigns to their own military endeavors. 2. Evolution of warfare. Combined arms warfare. Alexander's integration of infantry, cavalry, and specialized troops revolutionized warfare, establishing principles of combined arms tactics that would shape future military operations. Psychological warfare. His use of psychological tactics to intimidate opponents and boost the morale of his troops set a precedent for understanding the psychological aspects of warfare, which remain relevant in military strategy today. Conclusion. Alexander's enduring impact. Alexander the Great's conquests from Greece to the Indus not only transformed the political landscape of the ancient world, but also laid the groundwork for the Hellenistic Age, a period characterized by cultural exchange and intellectual flourishing. His military innovations, charismatic leadership, and ambitious vision created a legacy that influenced subsequent civilizations and shaped the course of history.